Chris. Chris is
larger than life, crazy, really fun, outgoing, extravagant. Did I say flamboyant already? No. Very flamboyant, lovable, and he's very truthful. He's straight to the point.
Chris tells it like it is, and not like it was.
Yeah, he's all of those things. He's a shade bender, as I like to call him.
He is not afraid to throw shade. Chris throws shade by any means necessary. And Chris is fun. Chris is genuinely fun. Chris is one of those characters where you would want to hang around him because you know you're gonna have a good time. You know that if you may not be a fan of somebody, you would want Chris to be around because you know Chris will say something to that somebody that you're not a fan of. But he'll do it in the most tasteful of ways. And let's be very clear, he doesn't throw shade. He isn't rude. He doesn't read just for the hell of it, just to get a rise out of it. He does this out of love. He does this out of people knowing about themselves, knowing about where they are and where they can go.
Chris is that friend that will always speak his mind no matter what. But he's also that friend who has a really trifling relationship. Like I'm talking like we break up for one day, be back together, we break up for one day, be back together. And I think that speaks to a lot of people in the community. I think that at least from the people who I know a lot of people who yo-yo with boyfriends. It's like one day they together, next day they not. My name is Edward Mawere and I played Chris. I had auditioned for another play, for a play by Donja R called That Nigga Poem. So after I auditioned for that, my friend Malika was posting the backstage listing for this show, and I was like, oh, what is this about? And I read it, I read like the breakdown. I was like, this sounds like something that I can do. So I emailed Donja and I was like, yo, I want to do this. I want to audition for y'all. And like he sent me the sides, and like when I read the sides, I was like, wow.
Eddie is amazing. Eddie is so fun to be around, and I know I've said it a million times, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but these guys literally are their characters. Maybe it's because they had the script, they had the material for so long that they really were able to just jump right into the skin of these characters. Because that's what Eddie did.
My favorite moment being Chris is just being able to play, because with Chris, like, there's no limit. So it's just like being able to just be like crazy, go on 10, like go like outrageous for no reason. I think it's like hilarious and fun.
Chris' interaction with the cast was, he was over it a lot. I really think that Chris, or at least from what Eddie did, Chris has zero tolerance for the dumb shit. And I feel like oftentimes a lot of the characters for Chris did dumb shit.
Me and the lead character Malcolm, we're friends. We definitely have a kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like teacher-student kind of thing. But it's like we're really good friends, and I feel like I have to like show him the way, kind of like give him like the rules, because Chris is the actor, but Malcolm has a way of being a rebel without a cause, and I feel like Chris kind of brings him in. It's like, no, come on, it's not all that deep. Like, come on, these are the facts.
Chris was there to guide Malcolm. When Malcolm went astray, Chris was there to lead him in the right direction.
I want people to look past the shade and really try to digest the message, really trying to see what's going on in these people's lives. Like, I want them to see a three-dimensional view of modern day black men, not just get caught up in the shade and the comedy, but really take something away from it.